Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing God of War 1 on God difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on part 10, Treasure Room. So, we will eventually fight an optional battle in this room with, I believe, 5 wraiths at a time. However, our first objective is to head over here to the left, because we're going to have to do a series of tasks and get Zeus's Fury, our new magic that's going to be coming up. Once you start from that save point, you don't want to go up the ladder. You can, of course, but you're going to have to come over here first. So at this point, just move the ballista down the ramp. When it gives you the prompt, you can start kicking it. You can start kicking it now, but it won't do much because it's only on the hills that it's most effective for the kick. The kick 13. And I've still so if you're curious what upgrades I have, the only thing I've upgraded is the blades, and I've only upgraded it to level 3. I haven't upgraded any of my magic quite yet. I usually hold out for purchases. Anyway, drag the ballista in here, and we're going to be putting it on a raised area on the ground that's a button, and it's going to enable us to move this ballista around. So this room over here has doors off either side of it, and we're going to go through all the doors and just collect everything that we find, smash everything that we see fit to smash. What do we have in here? Some urns and some barrels. Okay, that's the first room. Second room should be over here. We also are going to be fighting some Minotaur grunts. So far on this campaign, we have fought a Minotaur grunt and the Minotaur hammer grunts, the bluish gray ones. There are 2 more types of Minotaurs, and once we face them, I will let you know what those ones are. But the ones for now that we fought, the 2 grunt types, those ones can be launched quite not really easily, but consistently. There's always a way you can launch them. But the heavier Minotaurs, the ones that are the elite ones, they resist the stun. They resist getting launched quite a bit. Anyway, when you open this door, you're going to have the Undead Legionnaires popping up from the ground, and you can, when you've grabbed an enemy on this game, I said you couldn't aim. Well, you can't aim at different targets like you can in God of War 2 and the rest, but on this version, once you've picked up an enemy, you have a certain amount of time before he looses himself from your clutches, so you could actually turn Kratos in a particular direction that you want him to throw the enemy at. So in as much as you can do that, you can aim, but you can't be very specific about it. Kratos will just throw the enemy at whoever is in front of him, really. Okay, so once we see that, these guys are just wily, really wily. Okay, so now what we need to do is position the ballista there, pull the lever. This lever is going to turn this and cause the ladder to fall. So just jump up here. There's going to be an item up here. Do you remember a few videos back, once we saw Ares in the battlefield, he was presiding over all of the army, and he was larger than life? Well, there was a collectible. I think it was a Gorgonite that I didn't collect, but we're going to be going in that direction later to get it anyway. And speaking of doing what we're going to be doing here, take the ballista off of the button, and then and only then pull the lever, and then push the ballista back onto the button, and then you need to go over here and pull the lever again. And then now we have it pointed at the direction that we need to, and we can put it in the center of the room and break down this door. We shouldn't have any enemies coming in here. Not directly, anyway. Yeah, this is going to take us right over to Zeus, and he's going to be giving us the Zeus's Fury. Okay, head over here to the right, and this is a magic that you don't have a testing period for, so you just get it and you don't have to test it. Well, I guess if you want to consider throwing it at the targets outside, if that's your testing period, you can call that it, but I don't think you get your magic back for it. Okay, so this door is now open, and this is where we were near the beginning of the video. You do need to destroy these undead archers up on the roof up there. So just make sure you keep your guard up, and then now the barrier that was preventing us from going into this room over here is going to lift, and then we can go over here and start collecting some good stuff for ourselves. Now, this is an optional room, so I'm given to think that maybe what we did about shooting those archers off, maybe you don't have to do that. Maybe you can save the magic, and even if you use the magic, there's at least 2 boxes in this area that you can use to refill your magic. Okay, what are we going to do now? Well, we're going to be heading back to the treasure room and using our Zeus's Fury. So if you go up the ladder, do you know at the beginning of the video, if you go up the ladder first, you're going to run into the soldier who refuses to lower the drawbridge because he doesn't want to have enemies have a way over to him, but he doesn't really know that they can come other ways, so you will find yourself doing it the incorrect way if you go up the ladder first. Okay, and here we go. Now when we get up here, you're going to see a Minotaur grunt spawning, and then there's going to be some harpies over here. Something tells me that these harpies are infinite. They seem to be infinite as long as there are Minotaur grunts in the area. And just remember from video 1, you don't get any red orbs for just grabbing them. You have to hit them, and you know, to get your orbs. Sometimes even on these ones here, even if you hit them and then grab them, you don't get the orbs. So what you have to do is you have to do the light heavy, and then you need to do Orion's harpoon. Right? I didn't do it, but here's the way to get orbs. You either kill them with normal attacks until they're dead, or you press square, triangle, and then circle to do Orion's harpoon. And then that will, right there, see that? That was Orion's harpoon, and we got our orbs. I love the QuickTime events in this game. They're just fun. This game was revolutionary. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, what do we have up here? I know there's a health and magic chest over there to the right, but what do we have here? Is this another Gorgon Eye? Nice. Okay. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. I'm not trying to wind my own horn. I'm not trying to wind my fucking horn. But it does need to be said right now that I haven't taken any damage thus far in my campaign. So I just wanted to let you guys know that no damage has thus far been taken. Now there's going to come a point when I do take damage, and I'm just kind of curious about that. When am I going to take damage? Anyway, this is an optional area over here. You kill the undead archers across the way so that you can open these chests stress-free. And if you run out of arrows, there's a box over here. Looks like we're getting a lot of red orbs for these boxes over here. I used to call these treasure chests, like we were pirates on a seafaring mission or something. Treasure chests. I was so fucking stupid of a person, you guys. Ooh, let's get the fucking treasure chest. The treasure chest. Motherfucker. Bick Benedict, you sack of shit. I mean, how could I be so stupid? The treasure chest. Oh yeah, it's got treasure and it's got buried treasure, man. These guys are really block heavy. And did you see what he did right there? He pushed me down. I took a knee, but I took no damage. And I like that because that move comes out of nowhere. And I think the game makers knew that it might be unfair to punish the player for that. See that right there? I got put down. Okay, so just keep feeding the Minotaurs their own swords. And then we're going to be moving on over here. And if you want to, you can do an optional battle with the Wraiths. There's a Wraith battle that's optional in the treasure chest room down here. Now, I don't think we ever come back down here for any other reason. So I think that this is an optional fight down here. So just roll your way over here, slide down the ladder, and then we will take on these Wraiths. Yeah, so this fight down here is an optional fight. It's not the last fight of the chapter, but it is one that if you want to come down here, you can do a few minutes work and get yourself quite a bit of extra experience points so that you can upgrade your weapon a little bit. These guys, as much as I like them, they do a tremendous amount of stagger damage to you if you get hit. So if you get hit by these guys, you're put into sort of a chain reaction of staggers that can all but kill you if you're not at full health. Again, I'm not sure why when you're grabbing them in the air, they fall out of your grasp. Now you can argue about that was their intention when they made this game, but it just seems kind of funny in view of how every God of War thereafter with this enemy in the game. See that? What is that? I really don't know. It's beyond me why that doesn't work the way it should. But you know, keep feeding them their own arms, keep on them, and then we will backtrack the way we came, and then equip your Zeus's Fury, and you only need to fire it one time to kill this guy who's in charge of the lever. So just throw a bolt over his way, kill him, and then we're going to be able to cross the gap over here, and then we're actually going to be looping around back to the Athens town square from this direction, and the enemy that you're going to encounter is going to be the Wraith as well. So there's going to be two battles with more of the Wraiths. So just head on in here, smash all of the urns and all of the pottery, and get ready for some more fights over here. It's kind of hard to call this enemy difficult when you can block everything that it does, and get away with murder on these guys. Now, getting chain staggered is no one's idea of good fun, but it really isn't that difficult. Now, the launch in this game and in all God of Wars has always been broken, and if you just want to hold down triangle, you're going to find yourself you're going to be in a bad way with just holding down triangle. So in lieu of pressing and holding down triangle, you can actually just do a quicker attack which does the same result, which is a square triangle, and the enemy doesn't get launched per se, but having it get bounced is just as well sometimes, because then you can just jump up and then throw them that away. And I think that's about it. This oh, one more. There's one more hanging around here. So grab it, set it up, launch it, and always beware of it. See, it evaporates into this mist and goes underground. And you've got to really watch it, because what the game wants you to do is it wants you to go after that enemy, but it will heavily damage you if you do that. You see how a lot of the times too, I do an uppercut with the blades. That's never intentional. It's very sensitive, that move. So anytime you see me anytime you see that I'm doing a swipe up, it's never intentional. So that has been part 10. We're leaving the treasure room area. We're heading back over here to the town square, and then we will be finding ourselves in part 11. And I will see you directly over there. Please take care.